Alrighty, folks, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. This is BearNation.com. Welcome back to another video. And guys, today we're going to be ranking NBA Western Conference standings. This one was actually a little bit harder compared to the last ones, but if you guys haven't checked out our shop yet, make sure to please do so. The link will be in my description. Also, you guys can check it out on our Discord. If you guys haven't joined that yet, make sure to please do so as well. And make sure you guys hit this redeem code up here on your final purchase or whatever deal that we're on. Right now, we're on 25% off the shop. That will change eventually, so make sure to go check that out. Get every 25% off all the store or whatever code that we're on, or whatever redemption that we're on there, and you guys can get some awesome stuff. We have shirts, we have t-shirts, we have aprons, we have long sleeve shirts, we have coffee mugs, we have pants, we have matching outfits, all that fun stuff. And you guys can get it in 3 different logos here. We have the Money Lord Tradition logo, we have the Money Lord Nation logo, and we have the Money Lord Sign logo all by itself. And we have everything available for you guys in all different platforms, all that stuff. Like I said, if you guys already hit my link in the description, check out our store. I really do appreciate y'all, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get things going here. One more thing for you guys. If you guys are interested in joining in our Rocket League tournaments for a championship series, make sure you guys please do so. This is going to be a lot of fun. So basically what this is we're going to have a full season of Rocket League tournaments, and we're going to do 5 tournaments a season here. As you guys see here, we have a fall showdown, Halloween clash, winter showdown, spring showdown, and our summer showdown. We're going to have 5 tournaments, which is the summer showdown will be the big tournament. We'll have 5 tournaments a season where you guys should be able to compete. We'll have a tournament champions for every single tournament. We'll have a season leaderboard of players that are in the tournament and participating, and then we'll have a season champion at the end of each season. We're going to be doing this every single year, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And depending on what tournament we're on or whatever segment that we're on this, really do if you guys hit my link in the description, you guys can start signing up for the tournament. Like I said, everything is free entry. Make sure you guys please sign up. Really do appreciate it, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hope to see you guys there. Alrighty, folks, so we are back here at the list, and everything is pretty simple, explanatory. Basically everything's the same thing as we did with the Eastern Conference here, but this is just Western Conference style. So let's go ahead and get it moving here. But anyway, kicking things off here with team number 15, the worst team in the Western Conference currently. If I'm being honest, I think this is a no-brainer. It is obviously the Sacramento Kings. I mean, they just suck. I mean, they're not good at anything. I mean, they're not going to be good at anything this season. Offensively, defensively, I mean, looking at the roster, is by far one of the worst rosters of the league. Yes, they did get DeAndre Hunter, but besides that, it's basically the same roster. But the thing about Sacramento is they actually don't have the worst roster in the league, and I like say that like seriously. Like, I don't think they have the worst roster in basketball, but they were terrible last year, and I think they're going to be terrible again this year. They basically made close to no trades, got rid of DeMar DeRozan, and the team is just going to struggle. They're going to be awful. Next up, we got 14. I think this team is just going to be just as bad as the Kings, but I'm going to go with the Pelicans. It's just another team that just isn't a good team. And the thing about the Pelicans is, just like what I said about Sacramento, they don't have the worst roster in the NBA or nowhere close to it. Like, they have good guys. They have guys that I like Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson, Jeremiah Furious, Herbert Jones. Like, they got guys that I like on this roster. This team was just never a good team to even play with, and I just don't think this team is equipped with enough to go out there and really think they're going to change my mind, because I just don't think so. I just refuse to do it. Now we got number 13. I'm gonna go with Memphis here. I still think Memphis is kind of rebuilding a little bit. I don't think they're ready to really compete in today's NBA just yet, but I do think they are getting younger. They're gonna start rebuilding their program around Cameron Boozer. They got rid of John Moran finally, which I do think it was about time they got rid of John Moran, because it kind of feels like once Cam Boozer is going to be entering this league, I think the Memphis Grizzlies are just going to be taking their time in their future, kind of building around him. Plus, I just think that the Grizzlies are just like I said, they're just on the rebuilding process. And they got guys like Gigi Jackson that I still like, Jeremy Grant, Isaiah Stewart. But besides that, I just don't really expect this Memphis Grizzlies team to be good like right now. Now we got number 12. I mean, this is probably gonna be a hot shot to some people, but I don't really care honestly that much. I'm honestly gonna go with the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers are gonna be a good team next year. I mean, I can definitely see it because they're definitely overrated, but their schedule is kind of hard to come out this season. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out the NBA schedule, it just released. By recording this, you got to be watching it on Friday, so it'll be coming out. So it came out just a day ago. But anyway, here I just don't think this team is a great roster at all. I mean, they got Rui Hachimura for a big steal. They got Darius Garland. They got Brandon Ingram. They have Jared Jones Jr. But like I said, I just don't think this team without Kawhi Leonard is going to be nowhere near as good as they were years past. Plus, like I said, I just think the Clippers were basically just trying to build around Kawhi Leonard. Now, since they got rid of Kawhi Leonard, I don't know what direction they're really going into next. Like, who's going to be the number one scoring option on this team? I'm not sure, and right now I don't really have an answer for it. So therefore, I have to put them number 12. I think they're going to struggle this year, and I know a lot of people are going to be raging me in the comments for putting the Clippers this low, but that is just in reality. I just think that's what's going to happen. Next up, we got number 11. I know people are probably going to be roasting me in the comments too, but I think it's Golden State. I think we just seen it over the last couple of years. I just don't think the Warriors are a good basketball team. I think they're decent, but I don't think they're anything special. I don't think they're anything close from being a good team. And like I said, the Warriors, I mean, if they definitely get some guys back healthy, like Jimmy Butler, Moses Moody, they definitely could be a decent team, right? Because I like Jimmy Butler. I like the way that he plays. But concerns about me is Jimmy Butler going to be healthy going into this season? I don't think so, right? And it just kind of feels like with this era that Steph Curry is just saying, I don't think I mean, Steph can't do this alone. It just kind of feels like this Warriors roster is just on its own. Like, if it's not Steph Curry doing the work, then ain't really nobody doing the work here. I know there's still guys like Draymond Green, Podziemski, Gary Payton, but I just don't think that's going to cut it. I just don't think that's going to help Steph Curry enough to get out of the pocket. Like, I just think that the Warriors just needed to go into this offseason, get a couple pieces to not build around Steph, but just like help out Steph in the scoring department, and I don't think the Warriors did it's nearly as good as I thought they were going to do, which is pretty disappointing. Matter of fact, I don't think this team even made an offseason move. Next up, we got number 10. Man, you know what? Give me the Jazz, man. I think the Jazz are actually going to be a decent team next year. I think Jazz are actually going to be one of those teams that are actually going to shock some people this season, because the Jazz actually do have a pretty talented scoring wise roster. I mean, they have Lauri Markkanen, who's been to the NBA All-Star game at least a couple times. You have Keontae George. I thought he was fantastic last year. I thought he probably could have at least been in the conversation to make an all-star team. You have Jaren Jackson Jr., a defensive player of the year, also another all-star player. Jusuf Nurkic, I like him. Jackson Hayes, one of the best backup bigs in the NBA. And plus, Harrison Ingram. Like, I actually do like this Jazz team. The more I look at it, I think this Jazz team, I think they're young. I think they're going to go out there. They're going to outrun everybody. And to be completely honest with you, I think the Jazz might actually make the play-in this year. I got number 10. I think this team, like I said, I know I'm going to get some shots for this, but I think the Jazz are going to surprise a lot of people this year. Now we have number 9. I'm gonna go with Dallas. I still think Dallas is a really good team. I mean, especially when they get Kyrie Irving back, but there's no guarantee that they do get Kyrie Irving back. And I know this team is kind of like rebuilding or building around Cooper Flag, which should be the obvious goal, right? You want to build around who you think is going to be sitting in your program for a long time, and that answer probably should be Cooper Flag for Dallas. But looking at Dallas, I mean, even going to the finals like 3 seasons ago, they still have like their key pieces that made to the finals that year. Like, they have Klay Thompson that should be able to keep them competitive. Like, they got Klay Thompson, they still have PJ Washington, they still have Cooper Flag, Najee Marshall, Daniel Gafford, they even got Caleb Martin. I actually do like, and we've seen Caleb Martin perform in the playoffs the last couple of years. They still got Derek Lively there. Kyrie Irving, like I said, if he does come back healthy, then I do think that's going to make a big difference on this Mavericks team that might be able to get up there in the rankings as especially higher than what I'm putting them right now at number 9. But I just don't know if he's going to come back 100% healthy just right on the get-go to start the season. And I just think this Mavericks team, like I said, they could be better than what this is, depending on if Kyrie Irving's healthy and everybody else is healthy. Now we got number 8, and listen, I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm not a biased person. You guys know that, but yes, I am gonna put the Lakers on number 8. So far, it's just one thing. This is not me, not believing on my own team. This is just me. It's just plain and simply just being real. I don't think the Lakers are gonna be that good of a team next year. I think a lot of people are like saying that this is the official first era of Luka Doncic, and it definitely is now since LeBron James left. But I just looking at this Lakers roster, I just don't see how we're going to be nearly as good as we as a team as we were last year. And we got guys like Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton. We now have him on the teams there. Williams, Jaden Hardy, Kevin Looney, even. But I just don't. I just think the Lakers just gave up too many of their good offensive pieces last year to really think that they're actually going to be in like a team like they were last year. Like they give Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, LeBron James, Marcus Smart. Like I just think these are just way too many key pieces. Even Rui Hachimura. Like I just think that I think this team is just gonna be banking on Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves being healthy. And if those two are not healthy, then I think this team is just screwed because we just don't have enough scoring to be able to compete with the rest of the teams in the West or even the East nowadays. Like I said, sorry to say it, boys. Like I said, I hope you guys prove me wrong, but I have you guys at 8. Now we have number 7. I'm going to go with the Phoenix Suns. It's still a very decent, solid basketball team down there, which, if I'm being honest, I think the Suns actually got better this offseason because I thought the Suns actually made some moves that I actually do like for the roster. And I know Devin Booker's down there. Very curious how he's going to look in that Suns 15 jersey instead of number 1. That's going to be very interesting to watch. But besides that, I think the Suns actually have a pretty decent roster. Dylan Brooks, even though as much as I hate him, I thought he was actually pretty good last year. Colin Sexton was impactful. They got Miles Bridges in there, which is pretty special there. They got Jordan Goodwin. I actually like that pick. They now have Luke Kennard, one of the better three-point shooters in the NBA, to go with Devin Booker. Jalen Green was a stud last year, so I think the Suns are on pace to probably have the same season as they were last year, if not even better than what they did last year. But I still have them at number 7 though, which is a good placement for them. Now we got number 6. Starting with the playoff teams. Number 6, I'm gonna go with the Portland Trailblazers. I was very impressed with the Trailblazers last year. I was not even expecting them to make the playoffs last year. Matter of fact, I wasn't expecting the Trailblazers to finish with above 100 record, and they did all 3 of those things last year. By the way, like I said, I just think the team's just got a lot better because if they did that without Dame, I kind of expect this team to do better with Dame. You know, with Damian Lillard coming back, it's going to be very interesting to see how he plays because now the Portland Trailblazers realistically have 3 starting point guards that they can start. They can start Jrue Holiday, Damian Lillard, and John Morant's now down there, which I do think that's going to be huge. Denny, I thought he was a fantastic last year. He was a fantastic All-Star, and I think that's I do think that's an uprise for them. Also, they got Shannon Sharp, Robert Williams, with 2 guys that I also like in their system. Listen, the more I think about this Portland team, I think this team is on pace to be better than what they were last year. Now we got number 5. I'm going to go with the Houston Rockets. I do think they got better this offseason. It's another team that didn't really make a lot of trades, but at the same time, I don't think they really needed to make trades. I think the Rockets are just as good as they are now. I think the only thing for them that they really needed to do this offseason was to get some shooting, and they got Marcus Smart, who doesn't provide the best shooting, but his defense is very impactful. Plus, I think that's just a win trade on their end. I mean, they're basically running it back with the same roster with Kevin Durant. Also, you do get Fred VanVleet back this season, so that's going to be very interesting to watch to see how he adjusts with Reed Shepard. Like this team's offense, their defense has always been good, so Houston's probably one of those teams that's probably going to be just as good as they were last year, if not possibly even better. Now we got number 4. I'm gonna go with Denver. I still think Denver is one of the best teams in basketball. I still think Denver has one of the best eras in basketball with Jokic, Murray, and Gordon. Listen, I think Gordon is very impactful for that team. I mean, if he goes somewhere, I think that would be a loss for Denver. But I do think that he's very impactful and he can still make a difference. Jamal Murray, Jokic, one of the 2 biggest ballers in the NBA that's able to score from anywhere. But Peyton Watson, if he comes back with the team, he's very impactful. Love the way how he played last year. Cameron Johnson was good last year. They also got Christian Brown, but they did pick up Spencer Jones. They've signed him to a redown deal. Julian Strother, like the way how he played last year. Zeke Naji, like how he played last year. And they even got Who am I thinking of? They even got Tyus Jones this offseason, which I really do like because I think he's going to fit that system well with Denver. Like I said, I think Denver is kind of like I said, going to be on that same team they were last year, but they're still a really good team. Now we got number 3. I'm going to go with the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves got a lot better this offseason, and I know it's kind of like the same team, but the more I look at this Wolves roster, I probably would guarantee you that they're probably going to be better than what they were last year. I mean, Melo Ball and Anthony Edwards, that seems like one of the best backcourt duos in the NBA currently. I just think that those two are going to work well with each other. I think they're both going to score average like 25 points per game, and I think these two are on the pace to be, like I said, one of the best backcourts in the NBA. Rudy Gobert's still down there. His defense can be very impactful. Jaden McDaniels, I thought his offense stepped up to another level last year. Love what I saw from him. And I think the Wolves just in general just did a good job this offseason of like re-signing Sumbu, Bones Highland, Terrence Shannon. I thought he made a big impact last year. Like I said, don't tell me now, but I'm actually more look at this Wolves roster more. I'm a big fan of it. Now we got number 2 and number 1. I mean, you basically could exchange here. We already know who's top 2 with OKC and San Antonio. The question is, where do you want to rank them at? For me, I think I'm actually gonna put OKC at number 2, and it kind of feels weird at OKC at number 2, especially with good of a roster that they actually do have here. But the only thing that puts me over Thunder putting the number 2 is, yes, they do have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren. They still have their 2 guys. They still have the Jaden Dove. They all have the core, but they did lose some pieces off season. Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort. Now they did lose those 2. I think those 2 could be very impactful for them this season. But they still have guys like Alex Caruso, Jaden McCain, which I do think he's going to be a starter. Very excited to see how he does. Jalen Williams, Isaiah Hartenstein. So I still think the Thunder are going to be still a pain in the butt deal. They're definitely going to be a pain to deal with this year. Don't get me wrong about that. But my number 1, I'm going to put San Antonio for number 1. And the only reason I'm going to put San Antonio over OKC because I do think OKC lost some players this last season, and I think the Spurs did a good job of not getting rid of all of their players while getting better. So they still got Wemby, and they still got De'Aaron Fox. Like I said, I don't think De'Aaron Fox is going anywhere. I recently heard about trades about him, but I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Stephon Castle's still down there, Julius Champagnie, Devin Vassell, Dylan Harper. But the one thing I do like from San Antonio, and is going to jump over the rest of the teams, is that they got Tobias Harris. I absolutely love that trade for San Antonio. I think that's a huge piece that's going to come into their system. I think he's going to very much impact and see how he deals with Wemby. I think that's going to be a fascinating duo there. I think he might start on this team. And to be honest with you, I think the Tobias Harris difference is going to make this team a lot better going into next season. So San Antonio is my number 1 team in the West right now. Like I said, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. Like I said, if you guys aren't ready, make sure you hit the like and that subscribe button. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys think, if you guys have any disagreements or whatever. But without further ado, guys, I'm going to hop out of here because take guys and watching all the time. Appreciate y'all's support. It's BeardNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.